where it's 18 minutes past 8 o'clock.
And now on the Garden Clinic, Garden News.
My next guest we spoke to at the beginning of 2022 as he was about to leave Australia and travel the world to experience horticulture and gardening under the Global Scholarship of Global Footprints and the BBM, supported by the Australian Garden Council. Well, he was supposed to go for 3 months. He was away for most of the year. And I thought we'd better track him down and just find out how things are going. Ash Walker, a very good morning to you and a Happy New Year.
Good morning to you also, Graham, and Happy New Year as well to everyone.
Ash, I want to take you back to the very beginning when things started for you. When I came in contact with you, I think it must have been about 2018. How old were you then?
I was probably 18 years old then, actually, I was.
Okay. So who recommended that you apply for a BBM, as it was known then, a Horticultural Gardening Travel Scholarship?
So that was actually when I was working at the Werribee Garden Centre. Justin Longhurst, who was my boss then, he heard about it, and then he put me in touch with another lady named Narelle Smith, which then introduced me to you, and then that's how I heard all about it, and yeah, got all the opportunities from there.
So Werribee was really that wonderful garden centre as you approached Mittagong was where your career really, I sort of started in horticulture and it just exploded from there. You then went on to apply for a scholarship. You received the travel scholarship in 2019?
I was the 2021 winner. But I applied for it in 2020. I did.
Yeah, and then you had a bit of an interruption with a COVID.
We sure did. Yeah, but I'm quite. To me, I'm just looking back on that now, having that extra year to sort of go through and plan everything, and I was able to, expand my knowledge even more before leaving. So I tried to took advantage of that year off with COVID, basically, and I don't know. It worked out in the end. It did.
Okay, you flew off when we contacted you. You were about to leave the country and travel overseas to gain experience in a Global Footprints, or what was known as the BBM Global Footprints Scholarship. Where did you end up working, Ash?
Oh, wow. Where do we start? Well, I started at the Chelsea Flower Show. I did in May there, and worked on a sanctuary garden there, designed by a lady named Kate Gould. I was fortunate enough to win gold at, I was part of the winning garden that won gold there. After that, I went to Kew Botanic Gardens in London for 4 weeks. That was absolutely insane, working all the glass houses there, the famous palm house.
Yep.
Wow. And the wealth of knowledge there is just, it's on a totally different level compared to anything here back home. And then we went to the National Trust Hidcote Manor. Again, so awesome. The fact that I got to stay on site in the garden there, I had people calling me the Lord Manor, it was quite very interesting. But no, that was a lovely experience, that was. And then after that, myself and also 2019 scholarship winner Tyler Howard, we both went over to Claude Monet's in Giverny, France for 4 weeks, and wow, we had the best experience there, working in the garden there. That was just, absolutely insane. And then after that, I think it was September, went down to the Eden Project down in Cornwall, back in the UK, for 5 weeks as well. And working in the domes there was just, wow. It was, the level of how much you could learn about sustainability, working at Eden, it's just on a totally different level.
Well, what an experience it's been. For 3 months, you ended up turning into about 8 or 9 months?
Oh, yeah, I know. It was quite long. And
wow. I was following you on Instagram, and I honestly, my heart and my head was just bursting with admiration for what you were doing. And in fact, Tyler Howard, exactly the same. You were great ambassadors for Australia. You've come back. Both of you, in fact, have returned. But Ash, you've flipped the coin in a very unusual way. Let my audience know what you're planning to do in 2023.
So I'm planning to go back overseas in 5 weeks, basically, and I'm planning to go for even longer, go for like 10 months. I want to start at a new garden called Tresco Abbey Gardens down in Cornwall.
Yes.
Then I'll also go back to the Eden Project for about 5 weeks. And then I'll do a bit of travelling around to other gardens. And then in May, I plan to go back to Claude Monet's in Giverny for 5 months. That's what I'm sort of planning at the moment. So just all travel, all of this year now. It's going to be all travel, and yeah, it's going to be insane.
Now, how old are you now? I've lost track of the years. How old are you now, Ash?
23.
23, you old codger.
I know, I'm bloody getting on.
Now, if you could go back to when you were, say, 15 or 16 as a young fella, what would you tell that young fellow today? What would you say to a 15, 16-year-old Ash Walker?
Oh, wow. Geez, well, first, I was a little brat back then. I'll tell myself to go jump in a lake or something. But basically, just keep on working hard, and as you slowly go, you'll get given opportunities. And I just say, just keep running, just keep rolling with the punches, sort of thing. There's going to be ups and downs all the time, but I feel like in the end, everything works itself out. So as long as you just keep at it, keep working hard, you eventually achieve all the goals that you ever dreamed of. So yeah, just keep working hard and just sort of go with the flow, sort of thing.
Ashley, Ash, did you ever think that your life would, and I say, you're in your early 20s, you've got an amazing career ahead, you've absorbed so much skill and talent and knowledge. How do you feel about what's happened in these last 12 months? Well,
I've got to pinch myself every single day, basically. Like, the whole trip was just absolutely insane. Another highlight was actually down my first day at the Eden Project when a royal member of the royal family showed up, and that was Camilla, who showed up on my first day at Eden. Like, just highlights like that. When I look back on that, I've just got to keep pinching myself of how amazing the trip was, and it's just going to be up from here, basically. It's just going to be achieving more, and yeah, can't wait for this year.
We wish you all the very best of luck, safe travels. We'll keep in contact with you in the years ahead and the months ahead, and look after yourself. You're a great ambassador, and you're really a top-class bloke, and I've been very lucky to have known you, my friend.
No, you too, Graham. You too. No, thank you very much for all of your support, and then also the Global Footprints and everyone else that was part of my scholarship journey, and all the new people I'll meet. So,
cheers. All the best.